It was 19th of January when India picked up an ODI victory, and that was their last one in the year 2020. And here it is again in the Australian capital against a very buoyant Australian team who actually were on the verge of victory maybe all of 20 minutes ago. 302 for 5, and Australia finishing with 289 all out in that final over. But it's a lot closer at times if you think of it than that, because as long as Glenn Maxwell was there, Australia were as good as home. But it was not one, it was two comebacks. And I think overall, if we assess it, we'll get a feeling that both the batting unit and the bowling unit will be pleased that they both ended up coming back. The batting unit were down and out. Hardik Pandya and Jadeja rescued them. And the bowlers, just when it looked like Maxwell had taken it away, came back and did the job. Got Michael Vaughan and Zahir Khan. First and foremost, never mind the technicalities of it, Michael, mentally, what does this do for the rest of the summer?
Well, I think it was so important for India to win. Virat Kohli, the captain as well, just to give himself a little bit of a confidence boost going into the T20s and more so the start of the Test series. You've mentioned it, the fact that they were down and out with the bat and came back to get 302 with that great partnership. In the 45th over, they've lost the game. Maxwell was strolling it, and then Bumrah, he was so much better today. I thought the pitch was excellent because it just gave a little bit more to the bowler. It makes it more interesting. Australia look at that chase. You go back to Aaron Finch's dismissal caught on the edge at that time. He was strolling it. Some poor kind of decision making from the Australian batsman, but delighted for India because we want this tour to be tight. We want Australian India to be competitive, and we want India to really give the Aussies a run for their money. And I just think this may just give them that confidence boost in that inner circle. It's like that when you're on tour. You have to win games of cricket to keep the morale high. India had to win today just to give themselves a boost going into the T20s, and they've done that.
Exactly. We all knew that the tour is going to be tough, and for India to get back, they needed to fight and fight hard. And I think that's what they've realized. Even though the ODI series was done and dusted, it was important for them to stay in the fight. Make sure that you have that want to win the game of cricket, and that is something which is going to create momentum. It wasn't easy for them to win this game, but things have started to fall in place as they were ready to fight, and that is going to set the tone for the rest of the series. I think it was very important to build this momentum and carry it forward now.
It's so much about the momentum, Zahir. Even in this match itself, we said the runs that they got towards the end. It's not just about the 300 total, it's about how they got it at the end, how they walked into that dressing room. So it's how they walk into the dressing room in that first T20I will be very different had it been 3-0.
Look, when you're 2-0 down in the series, things are never easy. And I think this shows that how hard they had to work to get this victory is something which is going to go a long way for them in this series for sure. And that's the way to look at it. That you've done all the hard yards. Now it's just about carrying all the confidence you can carry to the T20 internationals, and make sure that the momentum which you build right now, you sustain it, and make sure that you start on a winning note in the series of T20s, and that's something which will set the tone for the rest of the series to come. Even if it's a different format to follow, it doesn't matter. I think as a group, the whole group is there together, practicing together. It's going to rub off, and it's going to show results as they move along in the series.
Yeah, certainly is. As expected, Hardik Pandya, player of the match. There were a few contenders here and there, but it was really that game changer. Jadeja also was one of them. Steve Smith, player of the series. So I think fair decisions all round. I mean, today he would have liked to have finished things off with that perfect series, but at least it showed today that he is human.
Yeah, I mean, that's always a tad unlucky as a batsman when you get one down the leg side, but I guess it's an area that he's been out a few times in his career. If I was at India in the Test series, I wouldn't be frightened of bowling around that channel sometimes to Steve Smith. Certainly short and around that hip height. We saw Neil Wagner for New Zealand have a lot of success with the short balls in and around the hip last winter in Australia. So it's not a dismissal that I guess is conventional, but for someone like Steve Smith that gets so far over to that leg offside and kind of always is flaying his bat across the line and trying to hit it on that onside, it's sometimes not a bad idea to bowl a few down that leg side to try and get the feather. So maybe India could use it as a tactic in the Test series.